the end. It's the end of an era. 29 years down the drain. MSNBC, no more. But again, this is a bizarre place where they're kind of sort of fascist in their approach to things, or communist, or whatever you want to call it. I mean, I just look at, for example, these bizarre demands that they put on reporters. Not me. Not me. You know what? Because I don't deal with demands. I'm over here on YouTube and Spotify, also Rumble. So thank you to everybody who's watching on these various networks. Remember to subscribe, share, like, all that stuff. But this cracked me up because the Daily Beast, who's supposed to do their bidding, right? I think that they pitch stories to the Daily Beast. They're like, oh, Rachel said this on Monday night. Why don't you write about it? And Daily Beast is like, oh, thank you for the heads up. We will. And so that's the kind of site that Daily Beast is. So when they were going to announce this, big name change, they gave it to Daily Beast with some kind of embargo or whatever, and they had instructions, which is sort of funny, right, for a news network. But they wanted to make sure that in the announcement, and I'm going to quote here from Daily Beast, journalists who report on it, not the ones who actually work for the network, but the ones who were reporting on the network, were actually sent, quote, a bizarre set of demands, ordering them not to call it MS Now. When they first mentioned the network in a story or a broadcast, the email that they sent out says journalists must write out my source, news, opinion, world, MS Now, in parentheses, the first time the network is name checked. And then they can use Ms. MS Now, but only if they include a space in the middle of the acronym. Quote, it was unclear if the name is supposed to be written in bold typeface as well as Trump-style all caps, but the CEO of the new parent company, Versant, that's what I call it. It's actually Versant, I think, but I'm trying to give it a little French spin, give him a little flair. Mark Lazarus used the same bold and all caps formulation in a memo sent to staff, which was seen by the Daily Beast. The spokesperson declined to comment on whether the space was intended to emphasize whether it should be pronounced as MS Now. And then, of course, Rachel's asked about it, and she says, I have no idea. I don't know how to say the name of my new network. So if Rachel doesn't know how to say the name of the new network, and there's debate that's getting passed around about how one should say it, then I think, guys, you might just have a little bit of a problem. Here's the article again, Daily Beast. Okay, so they're writing about how this is so strange. They're saying in what seemed like it was a concession, MSNBC suggested that media outlets were also allowed to call. We're allowed. Ha! Fat chance. These people, unbelievable. MS Now, my source for news, opinion in the world, if they wanted to sound conversational. The Oxford comma is apparently compulsory. Interesting. I'm a big believer in the Oxford comma. I like it. I think it's good for clarity's sake, but a lot of modern people don't really like it that much, but they're going back to basics. You see, they're even going back to the American flag. You saw the branding, did you not? Take a peek. Nice little brand with red, white, and blue. They're getting rid of those rainbow colors. I don't know what's wrong with the rainbow. The cute little peacock. No more. No way. No how. But you know what I'm going to tell you guys? It doesn't matter. None of it actually matters, because when you look at the ratings, they're sinking. They're sinking like the Titanic. Here we go. Look at that. Unbelievable. These are actually from about 10 days ago. You look at those numbers and you have a problem. You have a problem with a network that is no longer standing any shot of success. It doesn't matter what we call it, whether there's an Oxford comma or not. You look at those numbers and you see that they are down. Somewhere between, gosh, what is that? Fox is down too, actually. This tells you a lot about cable news in general. MSNBC down 55% in demo. That's where they sort of gauge their advertisers. And they're down 58% in the overall primetime viewers. This is not, oh, look here, I even circled it for you. This is not good. I was sort of shocked that Fox was down 41%, but I think this is the sign of the times. This shows you, you know what? It shows you that nobody's watching cable anymore. Thank you very much for being over here. I mean, we're able to do so much. Frankly, with so little, right? Which is great. Like, this is the future. This is the new medium. I don't have to sit there and listen to the likes of MSNBC say, okay, oh, oops, what is it? my source for opinion news, whatever the heck they want you to go with, MS Now, Ms. Now, PMS Now, who knows. Former Biden press secretary Jen Psaki, meanwhile, struggling big time. Like she can't even get on the screen, and she's down 44% from where Rachel Maddow was. So what the heck do you do? Seriously, if you're running this network, I'm going to tell you what you do. You get rid of any pricey talent. Who the heck needs them? You go out there and you try and find some new people that maybe have a little personality. I know it's hard among the libs, but you got to find somebody with a little bit of a spark, not Peppermint Patty. She's not going to be able to do it. By the way, the public doesn't trust her. Why? Because she sat there with a straight face and told us that Joe Biden was absolutely perfectly fine. For how long? So they're not going to trust her. They trust, believe it or not, Rachel Maddow a little bit more, but they realize that she actually also sold them a whole bunch of goods, a bill of goods. She took them down the rabbit hole with Russia, Russia, Russia. I kind of wonder if there's going to be something coming back to haunt her on that front. I would just say, here's the scenario. It's ending. It's ending for this network. They had a good 29-year run. The medium has changed, right? People are over here. We're able to do a whole lot more with a whole lot less. And guess what? We don't have to answer to middle management who wants us to do this, that, and the other. So we don't have to kowtow to people. We don't have to go kiss any rings. I'm going to tell you exactly what I think all the time. It's just, last few go-arounds, I would tend to get in a little trouble for that. And now there's no one to get in trouble with. So it's a very, very different kind of experience. And it's a great one. And it's something I love. It's the beauty of being independent. And I thank you for all your support. We got a lot more news to get to today. I just want to give a shout out to my own company that I also started in addition to the Trish Regan Show. And that is the 76 Report. Go check out our portfolios there, 76portfolios.com. Look at those numbers. Our top tech pick up 84%, another up 54%. You can see inflation protection, income builder. This is the time to be in this market right now. I kid you not. I would never steer you wrong.